This may be slightly controversial, but truth will always be truth. Compared to our other African brothers in countries like Nigeria, Ghana, or even just in some Southern African countries like South Africa, Zimbabwe, the African brothers in these regions that I have mentioned are very confident. They walk with their heads high. Okay, they walk straight with their heads high. They are very confident. They command the room. They have a demanding presence. They are unapologetic in how they speak, in how they move, and in how they go about their goals. Okay, and it is very hard for someone to take advantage of these brothers and sisters. It's very hard for someone to exploit them, and it's very hard for someone to trample on them and on their rights and on their freedoms, okay? Especially the West Africans and the South Africans. And then we have the Zambians. Okay, so I do not know if we take the whole Christianity thing too seriously, to the extent that it makes us docile, that it makes us the butt of the joke, it makes us the trash of the sea, it makes us, the people that were so apologetic in everything. We walk with our heads bowed down, we're too humble, we're too holy, we do not aggressively pursue our goals. We do not, well, most of us don't even have goals or ambitions or anything like that. We just move through life like a leaf being blown by the wind and whatnot. And when our brothers and sisters are prospering, we then bring in witchcraft. No, it's because of witchcraft in West Africa and whatnot. No, it is not witchcraft. It is not juju or voodoo or anything like that. It is just sheer hard work. Our brothers just work hard, they are aggressive, and they pursue their goals, which is something that we can learn from. And when it comes to us, we actually take this whole humility and Christian nation thing to a whole new level, to the extent that at some point it just stops making sense. Especially in people's personal lives, it just stops making sense. I'll give you a very random example. Let's say when it comes to relationships, right? Like I said, it's very hard for someone who could date a West Africa or Nigeria. They'll tell you off. If you try to, talk down to them or whatever, they will shut you down and say, you cannot talk to me like that. This is how you will address me, and you will put some respect to my name. But a Zambian will let themselves be treated in whatever way, they will accept anything and whatnot. And this even extends to people's personal lives. You're going to have people in your circle, it could be family, it could be friends, that are going to stab you in the back today, and the following day you bring them back into your circle, and then they betray you again, and then you bring them back until one day and then that's when and then that's when you say, I should not have invited that friend back into my life or into my circle, which doesn't make sense. I know most of you have this whole, if someone slaps you on the right cheek, turn the left cheek kind of mentality. But personally, that's not something I feel is the way people should live their lives. Because if someone shows you their true colors, okay, if someone betrays you, if someone explicitly engages in activity that is meant to harm you, I think in some cases forgiveness should just go through the window. Or even if you say, okay, fine, I'm going to forgive, for my own mental health and blah 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 blah, whatever you people try to convince yourselves of. Still, that doesn't mean that you should invite that person back into your life, okay? Because The next time, maybe this time around, and I can't go buy, but this time around, it's like, let's say a snake bites you. Let's say you're walking, and then a snake bites you, and then it moves away. You don't go after the snake and start asking it, but Mr. Snake, why did you bite me? Me, I'm a very good person, but why would you bite me? Why would you do this to me? Was that what you do? No, you do not do that. And at the same time, if that snake bites you, okay, you do not say, no, this snake is a good snake. It's just that I don't know why it just bit me today. So I'll bring it home, but this time around I'll put it in this room. And if I take care of it and I show it love and I show it attention, and it will realize that I'm a good person, and this time around it will not bite me again. No one ever does that. That's foolishness. It's a snake. A snake will always be a snake. No matter how good you are to it, it will bite the hell out of you. Okay? And you do not try to get logic or reasoning about why it acted the way it acted. So same thing with people. When certain people do things that jeopardize your safety, the safety of your family, your business, your health, your relationships, your job, and everything, you do not go around trying to get explanations as to why they did the thing that they did. You do not say, you know what, maybe let me bring them closer, and then this time around I'll be good to them, and then they will not do what they did. No, just cut them off. Just cut them off. Never talk to them, never call them, never text them. If they call you, do not answer. And well, if you want to be courteous, actually tell them to say, Mommy or Daddy, I have cut you off because you are a snake, and I do not tolerate snakes in my circle. I do not want to have anything to do with you whatsoever. Live your life, let me live my life. I don't know why that is so hard for many people to do. It's like people keep, they have this zombie or graveyard circle of friends that you just keep around for the sake of keeping around because we are family. So I have to keep them around. Well, to hell with your family nonsense. Oh no, because we've been friends for too long. Or to hell with your 10-year friendship and whatnot. If someone shows you that they do not value that friendship, then howsoever long you have been friends for is irrelevant. Cut them off, move along, because the more you keep around certain characters in your circle of influence, in your sphere and whatnot, the more you put yourself at risk. This time around it could have been you in danger. The next time it will be your family or your job or anything like that. So I don't know. I think it's just like a Zambian thing where cutting off people and setting clear boundaries to say, you know what, there is that line, do not cross that line. If you cross that line, you will not have access to me anymore. I'll cut you off like you're a gangrened leg or something like that. Most of us Zambians lack that decisiveness to just say, you know what, yeah, this is how far you go, this is what I can tolerate. Beyond this point, forget and whatnot. So I don't know which camp you fall into. If you're in the camp where you just let people treat you howsoever they want to treat you, like you're just some random piece of trash, or if you're in the camp where you set boundaries and say, you know what, if you do something that puts me at risk, if you stab me in the back once, we do not do forgiveness here, we do not do, reconciliation and blah, 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 blah. We cut you off and we move on. Tasakirako venango, my friends, very real. I don't know which camp you fall into, but personally, I'm in the camp where if you show me your true colors, and if I know that you're a snake, I will not keep you around. I do not keep snakes around. I know it's very controversial. I know most of you Christians are going to come at me with your whole forgiveness this and 77 these times and whatnot, but I personally do not subscribe to that. So that's just something that I thought I should share with you. What you do with that information is totally up to you. As usual, I have been the 5-time award-winning author, the once and future Sabata. I will see you in the next one.